I look so in December last year, there was one day that I was actually just going work and started the car and it felt weird for lack of a better word. It felt weird, but not a car guy. So I don't know what happened. It start even it like I just press it, it start, but it felt weird, like different from normal. So I reached work and after work finished basically, and I was about to go home. Then parking lot, start the car, it would not start. Luckily, I was carrying someone that knew about cars because I'll be stranded on the road. But eventually I saw somebody and they gave me a jump start for my car battery because it seems that it actually died. And by some weird coincidence that I was actually close by a tropical battery outlet and I just drove down there to check what's wrong with the battery because I thought it was just something wrong. Only to find out say, oh, the battery dead, I need a new one. So this is where this video is starting from or is coming from. In this video, we'll be talking about tropical battery and how they make their money. So, if any of that interests you, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to a friend. And with that said, let's begin. By the way, if I'm sound a little weird, I'm under the weather. I don't know what's wrong with me. But the video must go on. It is one of my 2024 goals. So we'll make it happen. Yeah. Alright, so tropical battery was founded in 1950 by American businessman called Tech Williams. 17 years later, or 1967, it was then acquired by John Melvin and has remained in the family ever since. Initially, Tropical Battery was actually started as a lead acid manufacturer, but in the 1990s, it just transitioned and started focusing more on distribution rather than manufacturing, and eventually became the leading supplier of said batteries. While automotive batteries are still their core business, they do sell other stuff now that either facilitates energy creation or is directly affiliated by it. So stuff like solar panels or even different fuels that go into your car to make it operate. So in September 2020, the Tropical battery was actually listed on the junior market for the Jamaica Stock Exchange. And one of the benefits that they have since gotten is the fact that when you list on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, 100% of your profit will be exempt from taxation for the initial first 5 years, and then the remaining 5 years, which is the following 50% of profits will be exempted from tax. And we're now in 2025, so technically them have like maybe I think this year or maybe next year. Yeah, they have next year or so before they start paying 50% in taxes. Some profits supposed to be looking nice. As we list their business model, we're going to go into their prospectus and then I'm going to tie it in with like a real world example. So I love it. So this is from the prospectus that from the IPO, and it talks about their sales. It says Tropical Battery sales strategy focuses on the solution of energy storage, including renewable energy and other automotive service items. Some of these service items need to be replaced on a regular basis, typically every 3 to 18 months. And when I say batteries are replaced between 1 to 10 years, depending on industry application. So things like the engine oil and something there, those are continued revenue streams that you have to change out change out the oil basically every 3 or 4 months. So there's that. But as it relates to the battery, as I bought a battery, I'm on proof. I'm actually go tropical to buy a battery. See there? Yeah. So basically, I'm going to read the warrant because I feel like their aim is to create a subscription model for the batteries, and not in the literal sense, but in the essence of a subscription model. Alright, so it says you have 30-month warranty on the thing. You have 30-month warranty, but it says that within the first year you get a free replacement. But then what ends up happening afterwards is that if let's say it got even 13 months over the time that you have bought the battery, then you get a pro rata, which basically means that up to the 30 days, you have like a percentage that you'll get discounted on your battery, which is good because that incentivizes customers to continue using the brand and then also be getting a discount when they either go replace it or when like something exceeding the year and then they get the pro rata, which is like the heavy discount. So yeah, that is a good business model to be in. No, initially, as I say, their core business, like the core products that they sell or distribute, is the battery. However, they do other stuff such as coolant treatment, car care, car accessories, brake fluid, engine oil, solar products, and car tire. So they have expanded. So as relates to services, they have quite a few services that can be done at their locations. You have free battery testing, you have battery maintenance training and tire training. So you have battery training and the tire training. You have on-site installation and repair. You have mobile response. You have used battery collection and export. As it relates to mobile, they'll come to you to switch out your battery. So there is that, which is a very cool feature. If you're stranded on the road like me and never have anybody to actually jumpstart your car, that is good. And now for like the use battery collection and export, which on a receipt there is a slot for you to get some form of rebate on it. Um yeah, never get mine, but you know, it's there. But like the export of battery and them something there is actually good because they end up selling back said batteries to like the manufacturers, so they like basically break it down and then use by the company. And here's what they say: over 85% of the components are used. I'm gonna show you something.
Used car batteries is big business. The battery recycling company is here today to pick up pallets of batteries. This one's 2,358 pounds of batteries. This pallet here is 2,104 pounds of batteries. This one I can't read. And this pallet here is 2,197 pounds of used old car batteries. Now what the battery company will do is they'll bring these back to their shop and they'll retest them. And if they think any of these are serviceable, meaning there's only one dead cell that they can repair, they will service it, they will drain it of acid, refill it with acid, charge it, and then those batteries will be resold. So for example, this battery here is a used battery that got sent out, drained, refilled, charged, and now it's almost as good as new. This should last somebody a few years. And now what they'll do with the batteries that test really bad, if a battery is completely dead and cannot be saved, they'll drain the acid out of it, they will neutralize the acid, and then they'll take the battery and throw it into a shredder.
After the batteries have been shredded, sorted, filtered, and pressed, we're left with these three commodities here. We have the middle bag, which is full of plastics. We have the aluminum and copper shred, which sank down to the bottom. And lastly, we have our coveted black mass.
Yeah, yeah, they make a little change from that. Might not be a lot, but you know, helping the earth and making money at the same time is good. And regular persons don't necessarily like even use the old batteries. Is it means that regardless, the best person to give is probably them. You're helping the earth. No, Tropical Battery has quite a few locations. The headquarters is in Kingston. We have one on the Mandela Highway, Stretch Kingston 20, which is ferry. They also have one in Ochi, Coconut Grove. They have one in Montego Bay, which is Catherine Hall Trade Center. You have one in Mandeville, Manchester, which is 6 Villa Road, Mandeville, Manchester. And they have one in Grove Road, which is in Kingston, and another one in Ashname Road. I think I don't want them to actually go. And they offer various services at said location. So they offer battery installation, free battery and electrical testing, battery charging, battery repair, battery warranty claim and activation, tire installation, tire balancing, and advice. Yeah. As relates to the growth strategy, because in my like stock pick that I just dropped, it was in one of the growth stocks, is that they have been doing quite a few things. To be honest, they have been doing quite a few things over the years since they've come to the Jamaica stock markets. So in 2023, they acquired Kaya Energy Group. Essentially, it's based in Dominican Republic, and it's really in the renewable energy sector in the grand scheme of things. Granted, this was a strategic move for them so that they could venture out into the Caribbean, and they didn't acquire the entire company. They acquired 50% of the company, with the ratio being some cash was offered in addition to some shares of the company. So there is that. In 2024, they acquired Rose Electrical Distribution Company, which essentially is a battery manufacturer in California, basically. And they also acquired 50% of said company. And when they made the report, they said they couldn't disclose how much they actually paid for it. At that time, I just looked at JC for the news. But it said it was more than 50% of the market capitalization at that time. So, now as it relates to the expansion, recently they acquired the new location in Ferry that I was talking about for $950 million. So it will expand their growth, how efficient them can go about doing stuff, and them operational capacity, because that is a big place. They also, as I was saying, MOU, a memorandum of understanding to essentially service the Teslas in Jamaica. However, as I was explaining earlier, if they can still use those said services to service other EVs in Jamaica, there is, a little thing for them. Yeah, them can make a little change on this. And the last thing that they wanted to do, or at least as relates to expansion, is venture to the main market. And why would you want to go to the main market? Well, there's several things, like especially when in the financial industries and you're supposed to like manage funds, your portfolio can't consist of junior market stocks. I mean main market stocks that are more regulated, and that is one. So they'll be able to access new capital, they'll have new threshold, they'll know be able to have like global interest, like people from overseas might say, oh, can invest in a company here, XYZ. People just going to feel like the company, or its perception is the proper word, perception of the company to be better. Because yeah, a lot of persons not really a fan of junior market. Yeah, a lot of persons not really a fan of junior market, and especially financial institutions that have very very big money working with, it's hard to maneuver large amount of capital in junior market, because you have persons that their net worth is more than the value of even a junior market company. So imagine corporations. That's what I was saying. There's news of an APO. You can just look out for that. Uh But it's just that honestly, with junior market companies, the money that you can invest as an institutional investor is very limited. It's not like a grace where you can dip a couple billions in it and or a couple 100 million, and it won't necessarily affect the stock price significantly. So yeah. So that is really it. Like tropical battery, real simple, real simple one too. So that was it for tropical battery. Uh yeah. Now, as it relates to the financial, will be in the next video, as always, because everybody requests for it to be separate. Going to be in the next videos, and we'll go through the numbers and talk a little bit more about their acquisitions and some other stuff, some other interesting stuff. So, yeah, with that said, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, tell friends, to a friend. Um, Thank you for watching. I feel like a bit under the weather. And catch you next video. Peace. And this is probably for the end. This is like a little thing. I just feel like say, yo, what they do is make the battery probably last like a year or a little over a year or so. And then like, you get a pro rata. That means you're going continuously being a customer and customer and customer and customer. Because I spoke to somebody there and they were saying that the but like them always come back and use the pro rata feature or discount basically. And you've been there for like 7, 8 years now. So yeah. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, later.